Most people never hear this truth because it is not comforting, not motivational, and not marketable. But survival in the modern world is no longer about being good, hopeful, or talented. It is about understanding how power actually moves, how people actually behave under pressure, and how systems quietly reward those who control themselves while draining those who live emotionally exposed. Because the moment you assume effort guarantees results, honesty guarantees safety, or kindness guarantees loyalty, you hand control of your life to forces that do not care about your intentions. And this is where the dark mindset for survival begins, not in cruelty or hatred, but in clarity so sharp it removes every illusion you are taught to believe. Because the world does not punish ignorance out of malice, it simply takes advantage of it. And survival today is psychological long before it is physical, meaning the real battlefield is not outside, but inside your reactions, your expectations, and your discipline. Because while others fight the world, the survivor learns to master themselves, understanding that emotions are not weaknesses by nature, but unmanaged emotions are facilities. Because anger reveals your triggers, fear exposes your limits, attachment advertises your leverage points, and desperation announces that you can be controlled. So the dark mindset teaches you to feel internally, but operate externally with restraint. Because restraint creates unpredictability, and unpredictability creates safety. And in American society especially, where perception often outweighs truth, composure becomes courtesy, meaning the person who looks calm under pressure is trusted with responsibility, opportunity, and leadership, while the person who appears emotional, reactive, or unstable is quietly filtered out regardless of their competence. And the dark mindset accepts this reality without resentment, because resentment wastes energy and energy is survival capital. So, instead of complaining about unfair rules, you study them, because mastering a flawed system still gives you leverage inside it. And this mindset forces you to stop seeking validation, because validation creates dependency, and dependency creates control. And the moment you need approval to move, speak, or decide, someone else owns part of your direction. So the survivor withdraws from unnecessary explanation, because explaining is often an attempt to be understood by people who benefit from misunderstanding you. And once you stop narrating your intentions, plans, and struggles to the wrong audience, you reclaim focus, privacy, and momentum, because privacy is not secrecy born of guilt. It is insulation built for progress, and progress thrives best away from noise, judgment, and premature exposure. And the dark mindset trains you to listen more than you speak, because words reveal strategy while silence gathers information, and information is power when others give it freely. So, instead of believing promises, you track patterns, because behavior repeated over time is the only honest language people speak. And when you learn to read behavior, betrayal stops feeling shocking and starts feeling logical, which removes emotional devastation and replaces it with preparedness. Because survival does not mean trusting no one. It means trusting slowly, selectively, and reversibly, where access to you is earned through consistency and revoked without drama. Because cutting access early prevents damage later. And the dark mindset also demands radical self-responsibility. Because blaming your past, your environment, the economy, or other people may explain pain, but it never improves position. And survival is not interested in explanations. It is interested in adaptation. So, instead of asking why life did this to you, you ask how to reposition yourself so it cannot happen again. Because every failure carries data, and those who extract lessons advance, while those who extract emotion repeat cycles. And in a culture addicted to distraction, outrage, and comparison, the dark mindset teaches you to guard your attention like territory, because attention determines direction, and whatever controls your focus controls your future. So, while others argue online, chase approval, and numb themselves with entertainment to escape discomfort, you lean into discomfort, because discomfort contains information, and information leads to growth, and growth increases survivability. And this mindset reshapes how you view work, relationships, and ambition, because effort without strategy leads to exhaustion, Loyalty without boundaries leads to exploitation, and passion without structure leads to burnout. So the survivor builds skills that are rare, useful, and transferable, because skills create leverage, and leverage creates independence, and independence is survival. And you stop confusing being busy with being effective, because movement without direction is wasted energy, and survival rewards efficiency, not exhaustion. And the dark mindset also forces you to confront detachment, not detachment from values, but detachment from outcomes, because attachment clouds judgment, and desperation weakens negotiation. So, you learn to walk away from bad deals, unhealthy relationships, and dead-end paths without emotional collapse, understanding that the ability to leave is power, and power creates options, and options create freedom, and freedom is the ultimate survival advantage. And this mindset prepares you for loneliness, because growth isolates you from people who benefit from your smaller version. And survival often requires choosing temporary isolation over permanent stagnation, because being alone is safer than being surrounded by those who distract, drain, or sabotage you under the disguise of comfort. And through isolation, you develop self-trust, which is one of the most dangerous qualities you can possess in a world that profits from insecurity. Because once you trust your judgment, manipulation loses its grip, peer pressure loses authority, and fear loses leverage, and you stop reacting to life and start directing it. And the dark mindset destroys the illusion that motivation saves people, because motivation is emotional and emotions fluctuate, but discipline operates regardless of mood, boredom, or pain. So, instead of waiting to feel ready, inspired, or confident, you build systems that function even when you feel nothing, because survival is not about peak moments, it is about consistency under pressure. And as you move through life with this mindset, you stop trying to win arguments and start winning positioning. You stop seeking attention and start building influence. You stop proving yourself to people who do not matter and start becoming undeniable where it counts. Because survival is not about loud victories, it is about quiet control. And over time you realize that respect is rarely demanded. It is observed, that power is rarely announced, it is demonstrated, and that freedom is rarely granted. It is earned through competence, emotional regulation, and strategic patience. And the dark mindset for survival does not turn you into a villain. It turns you into someone who cannot be easily broken, easily fooled, or easily controlled. Someone who understands that the world is not gentle with those who refuse to see it clearly. And the final truth is this: you do not rise to the level of your hopes or intentions. You fall to the level of your preparation. So build a mind that stays calm under chaos, focused under pressure, disciplined under temptation, and silent under success. Because when everything external becomes unstable, your mindset becomes your shelter, your weapon, and your advantage. And in a world designed to consume the unaware, the dark mindset is not negativity, it is armor. And those who wear it correctly do not just survive, they outlast, outgrow, and eventually take control of their destiny.